I just run off the field and dash home, arriving around the same time as my mother. I rip off my uniform and my shin guards and throw them in the garbage. All I want to do is lie on my bed and cry. I've watched my mental videotape hundreds of times. With my eyes closed, I can run it forward, backward, and in slow motion. I can even freeze frame it. There's only one thing I can't do to my mental videotape. I can't erase it. When I think back, sometimes I wonder if kicking that goal was the beginning of all my problems. That was the moment everything went wrong for me. That was the day I started to shut down. If I hadn't kicked that stupid goal, I bet the last 4 years would have turned out different. Maybe not. Who knows? One thing for sure, though. I vowed at that moment that I would never play any sport ever again. Chapter 2. Whomper-jawed. Late yesterday afternoon, I rode my bike by a grassy field a few blocks from my house that had been there as long as I could remember. But this time, bulldozers and earth-moving equipment were rumbling all over the place. I asked one of the workers what was going on, and he told me they were building a garden center. In other words, I said, "You're tearing up the grass to make a store that sells grass seed?" "Sure enough," he replied. He didn't seem to appreciate the irony of that. Nobody seems to notice what we're doing to the earth, or if they do notice, nobody seems to care. The grassy field where they are building the garden center is at the edge of a wooded area. When I'm depressed or feeling lonely, or sometimes when I just want to be alone to think, I ride my bike out to these woods. Sometimes I read. Sometimes I write in my journal. There's a big tree that I like to sit under. The sound of the wind rustling through the leaves is soothing. Nobody ever comes out to the woods. At least I've never seen anybody out there. It seems like it's the only place left on Earth where people haven't marched in and put up a fast food restaurant or video store. The woods will be gone someday, I'll bet. They'll probably be turned into some ugly housing development or strip mall. That's not really fair to say, I suppose. Oklahoma City probably doesn't have any more strip malls than any other American city. It's just that I live here, and it seems like every day there are fewer places where you can sit under a tree and more places where you can buy things. I rode my bike out to the woods yesterday to think about what happened to me that morning. It was something that I didn't want to forget, ever. With all the excitement over, I finally had the chance to catch my breath and collect my thoughts. Years from now, if I ever have children of my own, they'll never believe what happened to me yesterday morning. That soccer game back when I was 8 was the first turning point in my life, I realized. What happened yesterday might have been the second. It's funny that soccer, a game I don't even particularly like, should play such an important role in my life. I can't tell the story without first telling you a little bit about myself and my family. My dad is a pilot who flies jumbo jets out of Wiley Post Airport in Oklahoma City. I don't see him all that much because he's out of town a lot. Even when he's home, he's usually so jet-lagged that he sleeps away a good part of the day. I remember when I was little, my dad and I could make fun of each other and laugh about it. I had a collection of Mr. Peanut figures, and he thought that was the silliest thing in the world. I would tease him, too. He used to bring home those little bags of pretzels they give out on his plane, and when we went on long car trips, I would make him pass them out like a flight attendant. But once I got to be 10 or 11, I didn't like being teased anymore. I stopped collecting the Mr. Peanut figures, and we stopped joking with each other. I have nothing against my dad, really. When I was little, we used to hold hands and wrestle and roughhouse and laugh a lot. But somewhere along the line, as I got bigger, it seemed weird to be rolling around on a bed with my dad. Then it started feeling weird to hold hands with him in public. And after a while, he didn't even hug me or put his arm around my shoulder anymore. He didn't touch me the wrong way or anything like that. I want to make that clear. I guess we just grew apart from each other as I got older. Maybe it's just part of growing up. I feel bad about it, but I don't think there's anything either of us can do about it.